It's a think tank in the Washington sense, creating ideas focused primarily on the German-American relationship, but how it impacts a lot of other things around the transatlantic relationship. Whether it's economic, whether it's business, whether it's political, whether it's dealing with other countries in Europe, or for example, dealing with a very, shall we say, challenging country like Russia, or its role in China. People want to know what choices Germany would make that will impact on U.S. interests and U.S. concerns and U.S. choices. These are the kinds of things that we do at the Institute. We look at challenges, we look at the choices that are about those challenges, we look at the consequences of the choices that are made, and we offer conclusions about what we think about it. That's our mission. Germany's presence and impact and relationship with China is growing, and that's, of course, of direct interest to a country like the United States. There is any number of points at which the relationship is embedded in a number of concentric circles. So again, people want to know, what is Germany going to do that will impact on our choices? That's the connection that I want to draw. 1945 was the end of an era between Germany and the United States and the beginning of another one. But over these last 50, 60, 70 years, the interface between Germany and the United States, and hence Europe and the United States, has been pivotal to understand how we've created millions of people rising out of poverty. And we need to sustain that common interest despite the storms and the gales that are around us. When I went over to study the notion of borders, that was the focus of my dissertation work, I began to understand that there was a need to look at the capacity of Europe to sustain a very tricky equation. And that was, how much diversity can Europe sustain itself with, and how much unity does it need to remain as a unit making decisions on its own? In a globalized world, no one's going to do this all by themselves anymore. Trying to pool resources is going to be better than trying to wall them off. And I think that's the lesson that I've learned in my work and my research, and certainly in my own professional activities at the moment. But it's true, I think, just in general around the globe.